to include mileage within the municipality going to meetings.
Councilor Scott make a motion to accept one.
Yes.
I'll second it.
Which one's one again?
We want to track
Mileage.
We want to track mileage. We find out it's $50.
Related to official municipal business, to mileage for claims for reimbursement as needed, perhaps monthly or quarterly. Moved and seconded. Deputy Mayor Day?
Yes, I actually, if the idea is that we're expecting to cover the entire amount of mileage, do I understand it correctly, ultimately? That's what it's saying. Then I think that is a very significant amount of money, ultimately. As I said last time, it's between $5,500 and $6,000 for me alone from last year. And I think that that's going to be a big increase, and I'd be willing to accept like 25% of that or an increased amount. I don't think it's good to just put a $50 figure on it, because I don't think that's reflective of what people actually drive, and some people do have to drive a lot more than others because of their responsibilities. So I do think it has to be based on mileage, I agree, but I don't think we can say the entire amount of mileage can be covered, because that's probably about either 9 of us. I don't know how much other people do, but easily $40,000 to $60,000.
Councilor Owen?
Okay, well, I would have supported alternative 2. I'm going to speak to the motion on alternative 1. I agree with the deputy mayor. We have to be very, if this is the motion that's going to pass, we better be very specific about what we're going to be covering in terms of meetings, because we know that all of us are heavily involved with a whole lot of things. We drive all over this municipality. A lot of those things we do by choice, but they're municipal business, whether it's trails committees or whatever. So we need to really think carefully, and if we are going to cover mileage, then it should just be something specific like council meetings, because I agree that the amount is going to be a lot, and it's going to be way more than I think we should consider. That's why I prefer the flat rate that does at least acknowledge that we have some travel expenses, and that we track, and that we do track. We make some specific criteria, and let's track it for a year and see for next budget year. So I would prefer to support the second option, track these expenses, and then come up with a very specific policy.
Councilor Cook, then Councilor.
I guess I can't support any of it. We're already allowed part of our stipend, what I call that, is already taxable. That's to cover our costs. Above and beyond a third. So I'm sorry, folks. We all signed on for the same dollar. What you do over and above your dollars, you got to say that's your own. So if I'm bringing it up for the next council, raise the stipend amount. That's fine. But either one, alternative 2, you're going to raise your stipend by $600 a year. I'm not here to put a pay raise on it. I'm not going to vote for a pay raise, which is basically what you're asking for in any of these motions. So. You know, whether legitimate expenses or not. Sorry, if we signed on for the same dollar, we get a third of our stipend as tax-free.
Councilor Underwood?
Well, I refuse to feel guilty for being reimbursed for travel expenses and stuff, which staff get. Anyway, but if you want to do something, I could always, on alternative 1, how about we have like a minimum mileage of like, don't claim anything under 10 kilometers or something like that, and get reasonable. Everybody's going to be driving different amounts. I will be driving half as much as you will, or the deputy mayor. You guys are driving a lot, and like I said, it's $1.36 a liter, and policy came out when it was about 50 cents a liter, and it's really starting to put a crunch. I mean, if you don't want to claim it, don't claim it. That's fine. But if it's there, maybe we could do 10-kilometer minimum or something like that. You know, we'll take the first 10 kilometers off or something like that.
Part of our discussion, we said that within your ward, it's hard to just
More is about 10.
Yeah. Councilor Scott?
I think that if you have mileage that you travel, that you reimburse, what you do with the dollars when you get them is up to you. I mean, I could see myself handing some money back to community good, or handing it back. But I think that you have to have a fair assumption of what people do.
on the table? Everybody, Councilor Russell?
The only way I can support alternative one is that it's specific to something. Council Bowman mentioned that it has to be specific to, because I make choices to drive to things just because I make choices. That's my, I'll say that's a political choice. That would be, that's the way I think of it. That would be a political choice to attend events, to be social once in a while. I know I'm not Mr. Mayor, but I try my best once in a while to be social. But the reality is I'm in an awkward spot here because I don't drive as much as any of you because I live right outside of town. I think it's very awkward because I don't think I've ever put in an alleyway except when I went to a convention. So I'd subsidize any of you gladly because they don't have the knowledge you guys do. I think it should be fair to what we do as a business. That's what that is meetings. That's our business. It's going to meetings. So that's
Meetings,
our
committees.
meetings, well, meetings of the council committees. That's where I'd like to support.
Official business.
If there would be a.
Councilor Wonston?
I'm going to agree with Councilor Russell. One of the things, mileage is not a stipend. Mileage reimbursement floats. I can remember when I started, I don't know how many years ago, 40 years ago in public service, it was 10 cents a kilometer, 10 cents a mile or whatever. Now it's up, what is it, 58 cents or something a kilometer? That's the whole purpose of mileage, is to reflect the true cost of doing business and to reimburse you for using your own vehicle and your own equipment for which you pay depreciation. And I don't think you can tie that into a stipend. A stipend, absolutely. When we took the job, the stipend is this. We're not doing what London may do tonight and ask for a pay raise. We're not doing that. But in terms of the actual cost of doing business for this municipality, it is not unreasonable to expect reasonable reimbursement for assuming cost on your own private vehicle, which we're going to, when we take it back to the dealer and find out it's depreciated that much more because of the mileage on it, I don't think it's unreasonable to ask that. So maybe a friendly amendment to what Councilor Russell has said is that it is, we specify it for meetings, legitimate meetings, committee work, that type of thing, not events, not
Official business.
well, but official business could be an event. You could be asked to fill in for the mayor at a,
It's official.
I think, I'm just thinking meeting, I'm thinking meetings, committee work.
Town hall meeting on the 14th in Grand Bend.
I wouldn't charge because it's what, 2 kilometers. You would charge because you're cheap, what I would.
Would Martin be able to charge? That's the question.
If
If he attended that town hall meeting.
he's not part of the meeting, that we would be
So
doing that
that's-
voluntarily.
That's voluntary.
Yeah, if we sent him, I think that's a different story.
I guess that's the clarification.
So, hey, Councilor.
So official business.
Deputy Mayor Day.